I'm a young nigga driven, getting money, breaking bitches. Say the same shit, I want to feel it. Got the way.
What's good, everybody? I'm back with another reaction video. It's your boy Schlickety Schlickety Schlick. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? But got another different video. There's a lot of stuff to watch on YouTube, so like there's a bunch of cool stuff you should see. So I'm gonna show it to you. If you wanna see something cool, come to my channel, cause I'm gonna show you something that's cool. So like this is a show that I watch on YouTube called Fool Us. I think it's on TV. No, it is on TV, but they released the episodes on YouTube after. So it's called Penn and Teller, Fool Us. This is two master magicians, like master magicians. They know the ins and outs of magic, and they have people come on the show that try to show them a trick that they can't figure out. A lot of the times people come and they just entertain them, really, and then in the judgment they like in code words, so other people don't know how they did the trick, but they know specifically what to say for the person that did the trick to know that they know how they did the trick. If you understand what I'm saying. So someone comes to do a trick, they do it, blah blah blah. At the end of it, they explain to them if they know how they did the trick, and the person who did the trick agrees or disagrees, or they don't know how the person did the trick and they want a trophy. They want a Fool Us trophy, and these niggas are masterful. So like this one was extra cool, and like most of the time you could see little stuff. This time I was like, what the fuck? I don't know how you did that shit. Ooh. But so yeah, we're gonna check this out. Penn and Teller. Let's check this out.
Welcome back to the house of Hocus Pocus, known as Fool Us. Let's meet our next magician.
My name is Mead. I'm a magician from Aspen, Colorado. Magician is professionally what I call myself, but my real job is family man. When you have a child, seeing through their eyes makes everything fresh and great again. There are many ways to try to fool Penn and Teller. I'm going to perform what's considered to be a classic piece of magic, but the interpretation of it and this particular version of it is very different. And I know for a fact that Penn and Teller will understand the main principle of the trick. But along the way, there's at least one and maybe three moments that will fool them. I've written my script in a way that if they're even fooled a little bit, they're gonna have to give it to me.
Please welcome Mead.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. It's probably just a coincidence that...
Now, if you watch the video, like, what the fuck? No, watch the video. I promise. Watch it. You're gonna be like, alright, Slick was right. So that's what I'm saying. Watch the damn video.
The man who first told me the 90-10 rule of magic works behind the scenes on this very program. It was the great Tom Sony himself who explained to me that if a magician shows somebody a trick, and 90% of that trick fools them, but there's a little 10% sliver over here that does not fool them, the average person will say that the trick did not fool them, even though they can't explain 90% of it. Contrary-wise, if that same magician shows that same trick to his fellow conjurers, it only takes that 10% sliver for them to admit that they were fooled. I don't don't know if it's true or not, but I want to put it to the test tonight by doing something I think unprecedented.
Now, letting you know what he just said, he trying to finesse these niggas by placing the words in the right places, because he's saying, oh, if you don't know part of it, that means you don't know all of it, but you're supposed to, but you're not going to admit it. That's what he's putting the pressure on them with. A little sneaky motherfucker.
I'm going to explain in advance how most of the trick you're about to see works. First of all, gentlemen, you can take notes if you want to. First of all, there's a principle at the center of this trick that you will certainly recognize. It's at least 400 years old, probably much older. And you yourselves have used versions of it on this very stage, so I'm sure that you'll recognize what that is immediately. Secondly, you will see some sleight of hand, and I know that you know what sleight of hand looks like, so I concede all of that. There will be a little bit, just a little bit, of verbal misdirection, which may or may not have already begun. And finally, actually, that's it. That is, truthfully, honestly, at least 90% of what you're about to see. I'm not interested in that 90%, nor should you be.
Now that one that he got is like $300.
The part where you
a magic one
and you
$300.
get reminded of what it's like to see magic. And to do that, you need to be close. Would you please come up here and join me on the stage? Welcome. Oh, man. Good to see you. So, the composition by John Ramsey, the particular arrangement I'm going to play for you today is by dear departed and much missed Tim Conover. This is a classic called The Cylinder and Coins. I have some unusual props, which I'll tell you about in a moment. But for you, the important props are these 4 silver dollars. This is a drink coaster. Tonight it's going to act as a little stage, like a little raised platform. This is where all of the important action will take place. And the little piece of cork sits out there on the stage. The cork is just the end of a wine cork that I shaved off with a knife, just a little piece of cork. It will play the role of the MacGuffin, if you're familiar with that term, and be hidden inside the little cylinder. Oh, and the cylinder, I should tell you, is just a little strap. You can take that off of there. It's a little strap of leather that's had its ends stitched together. It's hollow. You can completely see through it. Penn, if you want to check it out, you're welcome to.
Oh yeah, by the way, Penn is the tall magician. He speaks. Teller does not speak at all, but he knows all the ins and outs of all the tricks. He's the one that's like the real master. You could see some of his tricks that he does, and he will even show you it, but in such a choreographic way where like it's built in a story or something. Really dope tricks.
And I'll let you see down through there. Okay. So the important thing about the cylinder is that there's no top or bottom, so anything dropped inside will pass right through. And as I said, the cork goes inside the cylinder, and we're ready to begin. This would be the time if you want to pay really close attention. 1, 2, 3, 4 coins. The idea, very simply, one by one, I'm going to take these coins and I'm going to make them disappear, each in a different way. The first one, the wand passes through my hand like this, and that coin sort of melts from my hand and appears down inside the cylinder, even though you're staring at the cylinder and it's right out in the open. 3 coins left behind. 1, 2, 3. Nothing else in my hands. That's number 1. That's number 2. And that third one, wait, there it goes. Wait, there it goes. That third one, just a little like that, and it disappears completely. Now, you're very polite. A lot of times when I do this for non-magicians, they'll grab hold of my wrist at this point and start looking at my skin to see if there's a slit or a pocket or something. There's not, but I can make it look like I have, like if I make a little fake incision right here in the back and I push down, that coin goes right through to the inside. Or I could push it down inside and then touch it with the magic wand and it instantly disappears down inside the little cylinder. That leaves just this one, the last. The final coin. And we'll do it like this, from my left hand over, actually since the last one, let's do it right-handed. Long distance, from the tip of the wand, it goes like this across the table, and it disappears down inside the little cylinder. And just so you have something interesting to talk about when you go back over there, I could not have dropped them in because they are resting underneath that little piece of cork. Wow.
You saw his face. Look at his face. Salt small fast. Salt mouth fast. Look. Old mouth fast.
Thank you very much. So I want to do this last part very quickly. We'll do the whole thing in reverse. The little piece of cork goes in my hand. The coins inside the cylinder. Did I say coins? The coins. I'll leave them sticking out there, right? The little piece of cork is in my hand. The coins, to the last second, you see them inside the cylinder. And then we travel back in time to where one of those coins was right here at my fingertips. That's coin number 1. A second coin out there in the air, that's number 2. Don't blink, that's number 3. 3 coins from nowhere. Of course, we didn't start with 3, we started with 4. That's that 4th coin. The little piece of cork instantly disappears, and don't even try to pretend that didn't fool you. And right over here, inside, the little piece of cork that has no bottom, no top. And that is what magic should look like. Thank you very much.
He said that's what magic should look like. You cocky motherfucker. And see, now this is the part where he gets like judged, and then from the word, anyway, you're gonna see.
Do that.
They are now working very hard on talking about what happened there.
You just have big cojones. Those guys.
How kind of you to notice, I guess.
Just, to do it right with them sitting right
Oh, yeah,
there.
well, close-up magic should be up close.
So do you think that there's a chance you fooled them?
I think it's unlikely that they're going to say they were fooled, and here's why. Everything that I said up front is true. They recognize the main body of the trick. They know that there's sleight of hand, and they could just say that, and I would have to concede that that's correct. So the question is, would they... The question is, where do they draw the line? I'm certain there are a couple of beats along the way that were puzzling or mystifying to them. Is that enough to say that they were fooled? I don't know. I doubt it. But we're about to find out, I think.
I don't know. I like just watching them squirm.
You know, Eric, you chose to do something really, really difficult, which is coin magic in front of us. There are certain principles in coin magic we just know. And there's certain things that we did say. Probably the most brilliant thing you did was to do an introduction where you changed the rules of the game on us. You changed it from having a pretty good idea how it was done overall to this 10% thing, which has nothing to do with fool us. It's totally what you pushed on us. But you know, part of the magic thing is game theory. And you played the game theory perfectly. And then you threw it in our laps and said, you decide whether I fooled you or not. So yeah, we know coin magic. Yeah, we know you, Eric, but it is in our laps, and...
See, that's how that works. You got their ass. But anyways, I hope you guys liked the video. It was something different. You've seen something different, right? I showed you something cool, right? So let me know if you liked it or not. Like button, subscribe button, comment and tell me what the hell you want me to do next, or comment and tell me what you liked about this video. I thank you guys for clicking on the video. Peace.